Journey into space, explore bundles of nerve fibers in a human brain, or fly through a bridge before it's built. This is Cave 2, located at the University of Illinois at Chicago. 8-foot walls of video screens envelop a viewer in a 3D virtual world. The first cave was built in 1992. They've been improving it ever since.
So the scientists can stand in here and fly through these nanoscale structures.
With support from the National Science Foundation, computer scientist Jason Lee and his team developed Cave 2 here at the Electronic Visualization Laboratory, or EVL.
We have an array of 72 LCD panels that are capable of displaying stereoscopic 3D. It interfaces with 36 computers, and using a head tracker, the computer figures out what you're looking at and draws the correct computer graphics image onto the displays to create the illusion that objects appear to float in the room with you.
Psychiatrist Olushala Ajalori uses Cave 2 to analyze brain scans. He's looking at bundles of nerve fibers to see how damage to these tiny structures might lead to depression.
So it's been really exciting to be able to visualize the fibers, walk around the brain, look under, between fibers.
There were entire missions where the sonar was mounted on the front.
Cave 2 is helping environmental scientist Peter Doran dive deep under the Antarctic ice sheet. He's analyzing depth measurements from sonar on a robotic submarine. Each ball represents one measurement.
Some of those balls are floating way up above the other balls. So that's bad data that we need to go in and get rid of. One thing that we did talk about was integrating these.
Using software developed at the EVL called SAGE, researchers can share data with remote Cave 2 sites over high-speed networks.
Trying to make it easy for people from multiple disciplines to work together, to look at their information, to come to scientific discoveries faster and easier.
This is a kind of visual instrument to help the human brain make sense of large amounts of data.
Hollywood has been eyeing the cave technology for years. One Trekkie researcher at the lab designed this virtual model of Star Trek's Starship Enterprise. You might say Cave 2 is taking visualizations where no one has gone before.
Experiments with virtual reality and augmented graphics in every decade since the 1960s. Even though tech developers have tried their hand, VR technology didn't enter the consumer space until 1995 when Nintendo released the Virtual Boy, a console that bombed for many reasons, but mainly because of the physical strain it caused. It wouldn't be until 2012 that real progress was seen. Invented by an American teenager named Palmer Luckey, the Oculus Rift offered a new experience with a motion-tracked headset and promised to deliver deeper immersion. Even though the Oculus Rift is currently struggling to turn a profit for Facebook, Oculus has paved the way for VR in gaming, and the consensus among fans is that the new generation of VR headsets are highly immersive. Over the last couple of years, the technology has become more affordable with the release of numerous Oculus-inspired products such as the Samsung Game Gear and the Cardboard Range by Google, all of which are designed to be used with phones. In the present, interesting uses of VR are emerging. In the military, VR is being tested as a way to treat PTSD, the idea being that soldiers can re-experience and confront their trauma in a controlled space. And in the medical sector, hospitals have found that they can save money by distracting patients with VR. Apparently, distracting people helps them to ignore their pain, and this means less medicine is required. It's obvious that this technology has many uses, so what can we expect as VR and augmentation continue to develop? PopCap Games co-founder John Vici believes that VR will help to shrink the world and will change our working lives for the better. No longer will a businessman have to travel to Japan to make a deal. Instead, he will place a headset on and negotiate in a convenient virtual space. When it comes to schools, game industry professional Philip Caulfield believes VR could improve education. Caulfield says that lessons using VR immersion could be more engaging, rid the classroom of distractions, and give teachers further control of their students. All of this sounds ideal, but considering we use VR and augmented reality mainly for entertainment, we only have to look at the use of current technologies to see how the future may look. 10 years ago, social media wasn't so accessible. If you step onto a bus today and look around, you'll see that where outwards facing people were once involved with their surroundings, there is now a collection of tilted heads. Smartphones are ironically connecting us at the same time as ruining our presence in the moment. Our awareness of others isn't the only thing that's changed. 10 years back, how you look in a photograph couldn't be instantly edited on a phone, and many people now prefer to post filtered versions of themselves. How long will it be before each of us chooses to present ourselves with an avatar rather than our true selves? Perhaps augmented reality will make it possible to edit ourselves like a character in a game and reskin our environment with something brighter. It sounds insane to suggest this, but none of us can deny the potential when Samsung are already working on a prototype for augmented contact lenses. Until then, I guess we should try to just relax and enjoy some gaming. Even though the future of VR and augmentation could be both dark and bright, all we can do is hope that we don't end up as the lead role in our own personal episode of Black Mirror.